Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Reviews. What we're taking a look at is Sentinel, their X-Heroes line. This is the 1/6 scale Meister Ultraman. So this is the Ultraman from the new series. This is Shinjiro Hayata suit. And, just really quick while I'm measuring this guy, the series itself, not bad. Some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in an anime, period. But the animation, particularly in the human scenes or unsuited scenes, things like that, it just really doesn't work well for me. I feel like the frame rate is pretty slow. They move in general kind of janky. Could be a lot better, but it's really weird because the fights and stuff like that are choreographed so well. But yeah, check it out. Let me know what you guys think of the series itself in the comments, even outside of the toy. But anyway, you saw right there, 12 inches tall, 1/6 scale. Looking at the accessories, this here we're not going to use because we don't need it, but it's just kind of a spudger for the batteries. The batteries are really small. It takes a total of two. That's 4 areas for batteries, a total of 8 LR621 batteries. They're also known as AG1. So these little pieces right here, these are the Specimen Blades, as well as a variety of hands. So those are like the hand poses that he does for, Specimen Beam, as well as a pair of open hands and open spread hands. So simple stuff. We got that knocked out. This is a really straightforward figure. So we will just knock this out. Round about here, and this piece, it's on the ball joint, so it does kind of move back and forth and whatnot. Pretty good looking stuff, and I like the finish on this one a lot. They also released a limiter version of this, so if you watch the series, he kind of has an ultra mode. Not going to spoil it too much, but there is a red tint to represent that, so that's pretty neat if you're into that. I just think he looks better normally without that red tint, so either way, you're winning, just depending on what you like aesthetically or whatever. But the limiter version does come with the unmasked head, so showing Shinjiro's face and whatnot, and unfortunately it also comes with the jawline as well as something for the neck as well for the regular color version as well. So if you want an unmasked head, you're kind of stuck getting the limiter release version, which sucks for somebody like me who just really does not like that costume. But anyway, or that version of the costume, because the costume itself is great. Looking at the articulation here, first we're going to look at where the neck meets the clavicle, ball joint there. And then, of course, the head itself. Up and down movement. And the chest does come out. That's where the battery compartment is. It holds on pretty well, but it just pegs back in if you ever take it off. It does have side-to-side movement there as well, but because of the shape of the mask, it doesn't have like that full 360 and whatnot. But decent upwards, downward look. Shoulders. These shoulder pads do have a swing joint there as well as a ball joint. So lots of movement in the shoulder pads there, no reason for it to be in the way. 360 there. Good amount of outward swing too. Bicep swivel. 360. Double jointed elbows. Nothing in the forearms there. But the wrist, they do rock back and forth that way, and then the hands just peg on and off. So swivel there. Waist, there is a good amount of ab crunch in this upper part. It does get some swivel there, but not a lot. Now these actually move for the hips and whatnot. We'll actually get them out of the way there so we can look at the waist. The waist is on a ball joint there, but not a full 360 because of how it interacts with the hips, but quite a bit to the side. In terms of realism. Hips. Let's look at the forward swing. And you gotta be careful of how the hips interact with like the back skirt and whatnot. But it can go pretty far back without having to really swing the hip out too far. Now sideways, pretty good. Now there is swivel on the hips, but it doesn't do a full 360 because of how that hip armor works. Double jointed knees. Quite a bit of ankle tilt. Back and forth. Now, this does have die-cast in it. These feet are die-cast. I believe there's some die-cast in the frame as well, particularly the lower body, but it's definitely not enough to consider it like a die-cast figure or anything like that. And you saw right there. Let the front of the feet move as well. Let's take a look at the light gimmicks too. And we'll just leave these on. So, switches on each of the forearms here. A switch inside of the chest. The mask slides off like so. Switch right there. I love that everything in terms of covers goes off and on really easy. It's good stuff. Alright, so let's turn off the lights here so you can see how that lights up. In fact, let's turn off those detail lights too. So pretty good stuff. And you can see the lights for the Specimen Blades as well. Get everything turned back on. There we go for gimmicks. Before getting into some poses here, we'll get into how the Specimen Blades attach. So you move that part up, and then this part here, it slides forward. They say take the hand off, but I found that if you just tilt it forward like that, you have more than enough room to push this piece out. Bring that up, make sure it's all the way out. It kind of clicks twice, and from there, this has a peg on it. It pegs into there. Let's see, forgot to move that back. But then there you go. And what's cool is that the light kind of reflects off of that. Let me focus on it. It reflects off the blade and actually kind of lights it up. Alright, so pose numero uno. And I'm actually gonna rotate that a little bit out. There we go. Now that's a landing pose. The fact that that character, or this figure, can cinch into it so well is just a testament to what Sentinel really prides himself in, and that's that advanced articulation and whatnot. It's really, really cool. Alright, and here's the ever iconic Specimen Blade pose. Pretty cool. Wrists together. Actually, put this a little bit more up, and it creates that cross beam. It's such a given, but it's so cool to do once you have it in hand. It's nice. Alright, so closing it out, got a bit of a running pose, trying some perspective there, kind of coming at you here. But anyway, this has been Sentinel's X Heroes line 1/6 scale Meister Ultraman. Of course, this is Shinjiro Hayata's suit from the new Netflix series, or wherever it originally came from. I don't know, I saw it on Netflix. Pretty good stuff. Series is worth a watch. This toy is definitely worth a buy. I don't know the original release price for it. This came out, I believe, 2015, 2016, and I'm just getting my hands on it now. Haven't seen the series. I think it was like $250 or so, but whether it's MSRP or I wouldn't say go more than that. You know, the value is going to be in whatever you feel it is. It's a subjective thing, but if you see one for a decent price, I think it's definitely worth picking up. It's a solid toy. I mean, the size, it's a 1/6 scale figure, so it's 12 inches. The accessory is pretty light. Sucks that it doesn't come with an unmasked head. There is the 3-0 option as well, so definitely do your research and pick the Ultraman that's best for you, because it's definitely a character that's worth having a collectible of. Anyway, this has been another Kuma Style review. Check out the full written breakdown and gallery on kumastyle.com. Link will be in the description. And of course, like, share, and subscribe with this video. See you next review.